Substack Sunday. How's it going, Substackers? February 15th. And let me mute this. I got the news on for, I don't know why. I don't even know why I bother watching the news. Because the only news I should be focused on is the Ultimate Guitar Cruise news. Hey, there you go. Ultimate Guitar Cruise news. Ultimate Guitar News. Maybe even better. So anyway, I'm just having one of those days. I'm feeling a little yucky. But I do want to tell you that we got a very nice email from Sir Alex Skolnick. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate you, man. And we'll see what happens. He has some tour conflicts, but he's excited about this event. That one, Ultimate Guitar Cruise. Right now, we have 38 days left in the crowdfunding campaign, and I'll tell you, I am at a loss for how to do a crowdfunding campaign. I'm emailing and sending text messages and messages to people I know that can afford to drop $1, $2, $5 to help out. And, you know, nobody likes to have their tin cup out, right? I mean, but it doesn't hurt to ask. It's funny for any of you who've been in sales or telemarketing, it's so much easier to do it when you're not invested. You know, you're working for another company. Will that be Visa, MasterCard? And it's not really, you got some skin in the game, but only to the extent of the dollar, not like you're trying to put everything on the line to make something like this happen. I mean, I have one of these under my belt with the Classical Guitar Cruise, and now adding electric guitar and being fiscally sponsored, it's just a bigger fish now, because I like to offset these tariffs that this current administration seems to want to just like everything that's coming out of there is a tariff, isn't it? They're pulling the EPA away, and it just the whole world. Oh, God help us. But anyway, I'll tiptoe away from that polarizing world and focus on the positive. So the positive is we did have Alex Skolnick. We are fiscally sponsored. Your donations are fully tax deductible. And hopefully guitar companies like the bigger companies that, would come forward, fully tax deductible. I was walking around the NAMM show telling, Paul Reed Smith, your marketing budget would be fully tax deductible because of being fiscally sponsored by Fractured Atlas, the 501c3 nonprofit arts organization. And all the funds go through them. That's how you get your deduction. You get a receipt. And I'm legally allowed to say that 100% of their marketing budget, because I'm not allowed to say that we're going to advertise like crazy for you and your guitar company. But in exchange for the charitable donation, we definitely want to let the world know that they're partnering in with us. And as that continues to grow, we will do so. So I'm going to reach out to maybe some company or Fiverr or Upwork or one of those and post. I had a friend that was going to help me put together a post for a position, a commission position to get more funds into the crowdfunding. The goal of the crowdfunding is $26,000 now. We did have 5 donors, charitable people. Thank you again for that. Donation perks will get sent out in April. And because it would be nice to be able to hire some people to deal with the larger sponsors that I imagine will come to the fore at some point, or even media sponsors. There's one in particular. The names are so close together that I want somebody else to reach out to them because I'm scared, actually. But they're an app on a phone, and I'm an immersive guitar retreat on a ship in the middle of the ocean with a bunch of other guitar players who are really exchanging everything surrounding the conversation of, what this thing is and what we have been doing for a very large part of our lives, many of us. I mean, from just learning some riffs and posting on TikTok to, getting that audition for the band, or even more so, especially with classical guitar, decades we've spent alone in practice rooms with music and a guitar. Anyway, you know the deal. So that's really all I can think of right now. So it's a short one. There are some sort of insider things, and I am kind of an open book and would love to share the process and the mind map that goes in behind all of the situations that I'm doing. I'm almost finished with emails from NAMM. I know it's been 2 weeks, a little more than 2 weeks. Almost finished with emails. There's one company in particular that has a really cool product. We kind of butt heads a little bit because they didn't understand what it is that I'm doing with the Ultimate Guitar Cruise. I'm like, it's a guitar retreat on a ship for a week. I mean, it's like any, you could have a land-based one, but instead of having to buy food and a hotel and then rent gear and a car rental and all that other stuff that we've all know and love from the NAMM show, $75 to park. Everything's included on the ship. You don't have to drive anywhere. Food's there. Everything's there, and you're on a ship on the ocean with a phenomenal view of it's just spectacular, And I'll tell you one thing that I didn't even realize was a variable. I had an inkling that it was a variable, but it didn't come to mind until the actual cruise, for the classical guitar cruise. The camaraderie level and some of the magic that happened was just unexpected, and it was cloaked in secrecy to a certain extent, although I was taking some of the magic for granted. Like, I wanted to get Leona Boyd to perform, and she wasn't touring that year, but now I'm at her house in Beverly Hills across the street from the Osbournes, and we're playing guitar. I was playing Sounds of Bells from Villalobos, which at some point maybe I'll record that. I certainly need to practice it. And I could just go on and on and on. Kenny Hill donated a beautiful $3,500 Rodriguez-style guitar, which I should have kept, but I'm an honest guy, so it was part of a giveaway. I could have raffled that thing. I just, maybe part of me is a people pleaser. But so a gentleman who came to study with Muriel Anderson came. The airline screwed up his guitar and sent it back to his house in Tennessee. So he got on the ship without a guitar. And when we had the drawing, initially, there was a German gentleman who had plenty of guitars, so he declined to win the guitar. And then there was a second drawing, and the second ticket was the gentleman from Tennessee, and he won the $3,500 Rodriguez. So one of the nicest guitars on the cruise, I would say, aside from David Tannenbaum's Friedrich and Adam Holtman's guitar, and of course, Muriel Anderson's amazing harp guitars. Those things were so amazing. I think she has those custom built for her. Those are really amazing guitars. I'd never even seen one or heard of one before the cruise, the classical guitar cruise, and then she pulls that thing out and it's like, wow. So anyway, there you go. That's pretty much it. I'm going to keep it short. Thanks again, Alex Skolnick, for emailing me, and thank you, Chandra, with Glow Living, for connecting us that way. There is another guitar player. There's a couple that I would love to hear from, but there's one in particular that I would really love to hear from, because he seems to be aligned philosophically and on a number of other levels, and it would be a dream to have someone of that acumen or stature. Not only that, but he's hilarious and articulate, much more so than myself, I imagine, because my mind often wanders off. Often wanders often? Something like that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please go to ultimateguitarcruise.org. If you can afford it, or you have a friend that can afford it, kick the... I'll put a link in here for the crowdfunding campaign. I could certainly use No amount is too small. $5, $10, $50, $100, $1,000, $5,000. If you're going to give more than $5,000, you may have to fill out a form for large gift, and the link will allow you to do up to $20,000 for those who are watching. You never know. And if you feel like if you need a tax deduction, you can do a $20,000 tax deduction with a credit card or debit card, and then the Fractured Atlas is asking that you wait a few minutes for the processing if you want to give again that same day after a $20,000 donation. That'd be so sweet if somebody gave 20 grand. I'm playing for something like that to happen. Oh my God. There's got to be a secret. There's going to be a secret perk that I'll put together for somebody who gives $20,000. So if you can spare it, a lot of people can. All you millionaires out there, 20 grand, you'll spend that on a night at the poker table, right? Ben Affleck. Anyway, enough out of me. Thanks again. I'll put the link in there to give if you can. Check out the Ultimate Guitar Cruise site. It still needs help. I need to hire somebody to do the website because I did it myself. And there's just too many little details of things, checking spelling. I need to hire staff to deal with those things because I've got bigger picture stuff that needs to happen. Plus, I want to be able to practice. It'd be nice to get some practice time in. Anyway, again, happy Valentine's month. It is February. Celebrate Valentine's all month long with chocolates and roses, even if they're just for you. I haven't done the roses yet, but I'm tempted to now that I mention it. Let's see, anything else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks again for watching.